today, if you can guess, I rearranged my bookshelves, which means I probably bought more books. And I did. I bought 8 books. Ta-da! And yes, 7 of these books were bought used off Amazon. So as I go through, I will tell you what the conditions were meant to be, and just so you can, like, see how they matched up. But the first book, well, the last book I bought, which is new, is the one that I'm going to talk about first, which was The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. This is the first book in the Mistborn trilogy, which, if you don't know, is meant to be amazing, because everyone goes on about it all the time. And it's about a world where the evil person won, and there's allomancy, which is the magic with metals, and yeah, I don't actually know how the rest of the plot goes, but I suppose that's the thing, you're not meant to know how the plot goes, are you? So yeah, this one is just a high fantasy novel that I'm really excited to get into, because Steelheart I read in January by Brandon Sanderson, and I adored it. So I'm looking forward to reading this one, because his writing is just so well done. And yes, I'm going to be picking this one up soon, probably. But I might try and get the rest of the trilogy first. We'll see. Moving on to the actually used books I bought, we'll start with the bottom book that I got, which was meant to be in good condition. This book was meant to be in good condition, and that book was The Host by Stephanie Meyer, because everyone says this is much better than Twilight, and much better written, and just generally a better book. So I really do want to give it a go. It's about an aliens that come and kind of inhabit bodies, and that's the way it goes. Don't know how the rest of it goes, because obviously that's the point. But yes, I am excited to read this because I do want to try give it a go. I mean, why not, eh? It didn't cost very much. I think I paid £1.90 something for this. So yes, and I must say it is in pretty good condition. The spine is a bit battered, but that's what happens to my books when I read them, so I don't really mind that. So yes, the first one was The Host by Stephanie Meyer. The next book I bought was meant to be in very good condition, and I think it is. It is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets by J.K. Rowling, because I have not owned this book ever. I've read this book multiple times, but I have not owned it. My brother owns our copy, and he has our copy, so I really wanted to get it. And I'm really glad it came in this edition, because I was convinced it was coming in the US edition, because that's what the picture is on Amazon. But yes, if you don't know what this is about, where have you been? It's about a boy wizard, you know, that's all you need to know. It's amazing, it's Harry Potter. So yes, I'm glad I got this, and there's just a slight bit of damage in the corner, but that is it, and it is in excellent condition, really. Really impressed with this one. The next 2 books I got are 2 books in a series, and they're by an author that I've read this year, and I really enjoyed the book that I read by her. So, they are The Iron King and The Iron Daughter by Julie Kagawa. I read Talon by Julie Kagawa in January, and I just adored it, and I adored her writing style, so I wanted to pick up more books by her. And I also wanted to pick up more books about Fae, because that's just something I want to do. I mean, the Mortal Instruments kind of got me to diverse my supernatural creatures, because usually I would read vampire books, etc., but I've read Angelfall now, which is a angel book, and now I'm reading these ones, which is a Fae book, and I don't have a clue what it's about at all. I know it's got Fae in it. That's not all I do know. This one is meant to be in very good condition, and I am also rather impressed with this one. If you look, a little bit of spine wear, but that's about it. It's sparkly green. It's got sparkles on the cover, which is automatically awesome. So, yes. Oh, there is a crease on it. I didn't notice that until the light. But okay, yes. The Iron King, which is in very good condition. I will give it that. It's in very good condition. And then the Iron Daughter is meant to be in acceptable condition, which I kind of do accept. It's a bit battered. Generally, the spine is probably the most battered out of the ones I've bought. And the cover is just a bit knackered. It's all just a bit worn, isn't it? I feel like this has got water damage, but it's not like smudged or anything. So yeah, I don't know what these are about, but I really wanted to pick them up, so I picked them up. The next 2 books I got are by the same author, and they are both books that I read when I was younger that I didn't own. I borrowed them from the library, and I wanted to get my hands on them to just have them in my collection. You can't see my other shelf over here, which is where they currently reside. But those are Artemis Fowl and the Supernaturalists by Owen Colfer. I read a lot of the Artemis Fowl series when I was younger. If you don't know what the Artemis Fowl series is about, it's about a boy genius who is kind of a supervillain. He is an evil boy genius, and he discovers an underworld of fairies and elves and stuff, and basically he goes about trying to exploit them in this book, I believe. And as the story goes on, it gets much more complicated. I have read a fair few of them, I think. I think I've read 5 of them, and there's 7, and I own 3 now. I have The Arctic Incident and The Opal Deception, which are books 2 and 4. Now I have book 1, I just need to get 3, 5, 6 and 7. So I'm getting my way there. I'm rather unimpressed with the condition on this one, because it's meant to be in very good condition. And it's just very battered. And there is, if you look on the side of the pages, I don't know if you can see on the camera, but there is pen markings on it. And I was rather annoyed because I went to Brighton at the weekend with my friends, and there was a copy of this book in one of the used bookshops, and it was in excellent, excellent condition, and it was £2. I should have, but I mean, I did only pay £1.70 for this, but I was hoping for a bit of a better condition, I'm not going to lie, from this one. And then I have The Supernaturalist, which is a standalone sci-fi book, and I adored this book when I was younger. I reread it from the library multiple times, just because I really enjoyed it. It's about a boy called Cosmo, who kind of escapes from this place, and there's these blue creatures that seem to latch on to people, and basically it goes on from there. That's no spoilers, keep the spoilers quiet, but yeah, they find these parasite things, and basically he joins a group trying to kill them. So yeah, it's got a lot of shock twists. It's meant to be in good condition, and I must say it's in pretty good condition. A little bit of spine wear, of course, and yeah, I'm probably going to read this soon, but just because I enjoyed it when I was younger, and I just want to reread it. Why not? Why not? And the last book I picked up, which is the one I'm currently reading, which is A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. This is the first book in the Song of Ice and Fire series that I've heard non-stop things about, so I kind of gave in to peer pressure and picked it up. And I'm glad I did, because I am enjoying it so far. I wasn't sure if I was going to, but yeah, if you don't know what the series is about, good luck, because I still don't really know. My friend was trying to explain the plot of the series, and it just doesn't make sense. The plot is just wild, but the overarching plot, I think that's probably what I can get away with. The overarching plot is introduced in the prologue, which is these ice creatures who are called the Others, which are coming down from the north beyond the wall. The wall is like a massive ice thing, but that is the overarching theme, I believe. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but that's kind of what I've been told. That is the overarching plot, but you don't see a lot of that because there's a lot of politics and other things happening over the Iron Throne, because they're fighting for it. And I think that's a decent synopsis. It's kind of high fantasy. There's not a lot of magic in it yet, but I'm only 200 pages in, and if you know anything about these books, they're huge. So yeah, this is high fantasy, adult fiction. It's probably my first kind of adult high fantasy, and I'm excited to read it. I'm excited to finish it, and I kind of want to read on, so I'm probably going to obtain the rest of these books at some point to continue reading. This one is meant to be in good condition, and it's pretty good. It's got some bentness on the covers. On the back cover there's a slight curve, and then on the front there's a slight curve. But other than that, it's in really good condition. And I really like these little small ones from America, because we get the bigger ones in the UK. But yeah, that's that one. That's all of the books I bought. I got a lot of books, and I'm excited to read them all. So yes, that was my March-ish book haul. That's that. I will see you soon with another video. Goodbye.